Back for some more Clue Escape. This time it's the Illusionist Club. So we've played a couple of these before on the channel. It's very similar to Unlock. You'll have a bunch of cards that will have most of the puzzles, and then there'll also be a game board, but that gets revealed piece by piece. The difficulty says 4 out of 5. I don't remember what the other ones were, so this might be the most difficult Clue Escape I played. The gameplay will be pretty straightforward. If there's an intro, I'll go through that as well, but for now, let's see what's on the back. Clue Escape, the Illusionist's Club. When a magician goes missing, the heat is on to find her. Adelaide Sable commands the stage at the Illusionist's. That's going to be so hard to say if I have to keep saying that word. Adelaide Sable commands the stage at the Illusionist's Club like she owns it, because she does. People have come from all over to watch her perform her world-famous mirror walk illusion. Everything is going to plan until suddenly, in the middle of the trick, the theater fills with smoke and a scream rings out. When the air clears, Sable has vanished. Someone must be behind it, and now you must deduce who sabotaged her, where she's being held, and what was used to derail the trick. So we got all our colorful characters here, and we're going to perform a death-defying escape. Explore the club through a dynamic board that changes and reveals secrets as you play. Decode magical puzzles and solve a tricky mystery. Okay, let's just get right into it then. So we'll flip this back over. Oh, it's taped together. We'll go ahead and open this up. Always bring scissors with you to a board game, especially if it's brand new. Okay, open this up, put it on the side. All right, we got some instructions here. Guess we'll go through this first. Can I take this out? Oh, it's like okay, I guess you're not supposed to take it out of the box. Oh, it says right there, don't open anything from this box. Start by reading these instructions to begin the game. Choose your most dramatic player to read the below text aloud. This is what happened to the other one when I played by myself. I guess by default, that's me. Tonight, the one and only Adelaide Sable performs her world-famous mirror walk. The theater at the Illusionist's Club is sold out for a special performance from its owner, the renowned magician turned property mogul, Adelaide Sable. Everything is going to plan until, just as Adelaide is about to perform her finale, the famed mirror walk trick, something goes wrong. Purple smoke billows out from under the stage, plunging the room into darkness. Eerie silence stretches from several seconds until you all hear a crash, then a scream. When the air clears a bit, it's obvious Adelaide has vanished. Take out the deck of character cards. So that's right here. Each player select one of the 6 characters and take the colored matched pawn. Take turns reading the back of your character cards aloud to the group. If you're playing with less than 6 people, you should still read aloud all of the character cards. So I took one too many. Let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, we got Miss Scarlet. I'll just show this side for now. Professor Plum, who I chose last time. Chef White, Solicitor Peacock, Mayor Green, and Colonel Mustard. I'm debating whether to just choose a random at this point. Okay, I'm leaning between these 2 right here, or I can maybe just play Miss Scarlet. Red is my favorite color. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Miss Scarlet. So I'll just read hers, and then for the rest, I'll probably just show you guys on the screen. A magic club that draws the wealthy, famous, and powerful, full of hidden passages and a fabled meeting place where big deals and career-changing moves are made. Count Scarlet in. With Sable herself headlining tonight's show, there's no better place for someone who writes an anonymous, hard-hitting gossip column to be. So I'm a journalist, or what, with the newspaper? So here are all the other characters. You guys can pause and read if you want. So I don't know how important these are going to be or the information on it, because it might have to do with their motive. So we'll definitely read through them if I get really suspicious of a character. But for now, I kind of have a general idea what everybody's motive might be. So let's move on. Oh, I'm supposed to take the red pawn because I'm going to be Miss Scarlet, and then choose a different player to read this text aloud. Well, it's just me. Security does their best to evacuate the dark, smoky room, but you stay behind. Each of you came to this event with the intention of discussing serious business with Sable, and you're not leaving until you find her. The exit doors close and lock behind the last of the guests, trapping you in the theater. At first, it seems smoke would dissipate, but it's stubbornly hanging around. You'll need to clear it before you can do anything else. Okay, we've got our first objective. It's time to play. Take the rules out from under the sheet and read the quick start. Do not remove any other component until instructed to do so. Okay, so we'll remove this. And we got our book here. And we will look through quick start. So try to go through this as quickly as possible. It's most likely similar to the other ones. So we take the board theater out, which is the top one here. I'm just going to move all this to the side now. So we got our theater. Place your pawn on the board without covering any of the numbers. So we'll put the red one right there. Next, take out deck 1 and place it next to the theater board. So we'll take out deck 1. We got deck 1 right here. Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be on the left side. And then I'm supposed to take this top one off. So it looks like that. So this is a collaborative game, but the youngest player will go first. Move your pawn to any number, and then you get that card, and then I guess you just go from there. So there are narrative cards, it gives you information, and there's puzzle cards, which you need to connect with other puzzle cards if it says like 2 of 3 or 1 of 3 or whatever. And of course, the answer to every puzzle is going to be a number. So even though you can play with multiple people, it's pretty much the same thing as if you play by yourself because you all share information and cards. So yeah, there's a hint section, and then put the rules away and begin play. All right, let us begin. I'll keep it right here just in case I forget how to do something. All right, so we have 100, 140, and 120. So I will just go to right here, 100 on the top. So we take 100. It looks to be a narrative card. The smoke in the air makes it hard for you to see much of anything in the room. All the other guests have already fled, so you decide to take a peek under the seats in case anyone drops something important. Your hand brushes a metallic object and you grab it. Take card 101, and then we discard it because it has that in the corner here. So we'll just discard it right here and get 101. Okay. Ooh. What is this? So it says 2 puzzle pieces needed, and it says A1. So we will most likely need A2. It looks like, let me see. No idea, but I do see 3 numbers here. So maybe it will give us 3 numbers. I'm guessing it's just going to be the other half of the numbers. Let's put this right here for now, and we'll just go in lowest to highest here. So let's take 120, which is on the top right here. I guess this sort of acts as their intro. The other one I think had like specifically says intro, but whatever. Okay, 120. Narrative card. It's getting blurry, so I guess when I read how to do this. There's so much smoke in the Sable's finale trick that while looking for an exit, you stumble against the sound booth in the back of the room. You try the handle, hoping to escape the haze for a moment. Unfortunately, the door is locked with some bizarre mechanism. Could there be a key hidden nearby? So now I take card 121 and discard this card. And we got A2. So 2 puzzle pieces needed to solve. Then we have some equation. All right, well, let's take A1. And I think we can just start putting it together. So first we need diamond, which I think is right here. So we got 1. And next is this odd shape here, which I think is right here. 3. And lastly, diamond plus these 2 rectangles. So the 2 rectangles, it's 7. Why does that look weird? Oh, maybe it's, this way. So 7 plus 1, because plus diamond, it says here, is 8. So 1, 3, 8. Okay, let's see if we got it. We have 1, 3, 8 right here. Solved. Presto changio. The lock clicks and the door to the sound booth swings open. The controls are illuminated with softly glowing lights, including a dial labeled levitation fan. That kind of fan would have to be big. Perhaps you can find a way to use it to clear all the smoke. So now we discard A1 and A2 and we take 135. And also discard this. Here's 135. Ooh, 2 puzzle pieces needed. Okay, well, let's continue on then. This is B1 down here. So the last one is 140. Sorry, the text is so small, it's hard to get it to focus here. You fight through the smoke to the stage and haul yourselves up and onto it. It's still difficult to see, but you can tell that there are props and complex mechanisms scattered around the performance area. Your foot bumps against something, so you pick it up. Take 141. Okay. Stage guide, and this is B2. To activate the fans, if the dial isn't functioning, locate the electric grid under the console and follow the connecting wires to restore power. So we have the order of red, green, and blue, and then we have these wires. So if the dial isn't functioning, locate the electric grid right here under the console and follow the connecting wires to restore power. So do we just add up the two numbers? Or does it say minus, like you subtract the two numbers? So I think it's minus because our first number needs to be a 1. And I can see right now that red is 3 and 4. So if red is 1, then green, green is under the smoke. Am I supposed to do something to this card? No. Blue is also under the smoke. So is there a pattern here? So 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so maybe it's 4, 3, 2, 1. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. So if that's the case, let me just get my notebook here on the side. So I think red we have 1. Green would be 2 and 7. So that'd be 5. And then blue would be 1 and 8. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 7. So 157. Let's see if we have a 157. We do. Sometimes definitely try not to look at the deck because it gives some answers away. Because the answer to every puzzle is a number, which is supposed to be a card. So you definitely don't want to be looking at the deck so we can give away clues. Solved. Smoke be gone. The fans on stage hum to life. You watch in amazement as the smoke in the air gradually clears and the larger room comes into focus. Since so many people left in a hurry, there are pieces of trash, knocked over drinks, and other left behind items strewn around. In the corner, the heavy metal popcorn machine has been knocked over on its side. So we discard B1, B2. We flip the theater board over, and the next player, which is still me, takes 142 and 143. So let's flip this over. Oh, whoa. Wait, how does that work? Oh, I see. It's just the smoke that cleared. Okay. So I'm here. Let's get a close-up view here. This must be the control room. This is the popcorn machine that flipped over. This is probably the locked door. So I'm over here somewhere. And let's take these 2 cards. So first, we have a clue. Popcorn machine. So these clue cards are supposed to help me solve the mystery. I don't know how this will help me yet. Oh, but I do see something here. Looks like some sort of cable going here. There's like some box here. Oh, and there's some weird shapes there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Definitely keep this in mind. And 143. Even though the colored smoke from Sable's trick is fading, something else is obviously wrong. Darker, more pungent smoke is leaking into the room from under the stage. You try the exit doors, but they've been securely barred from the outside. You'll need to find a different way out of here. It may not be safe for much longer. You've heard there are secret tunnels and rooms under the club. Maybe if Sable was able to get out using those, you could too. Okay, we've now placed boards B1 and B2 and see page 5 for a diagram and add deck 2. And we discard this one. So let's look at page 5. Oh, we got a picture of our whole cast here. Let me read this really quick. So it says, to solve the mystery, at the end of the game, you have to decide as a team who sabotaged, where is Sable, and what was used to sabotage the trick. So we use all of the clues and evidence we gathered to make a final decision. So I guess it plays out like normal Clue then at that point. You choose a person, place an object, and then there's a solve packet in there to see if we're right. The only problem is if I'm wrong, then that's it. The game is over. So I guess if you have multiple people, maybe, someone wants to guess and they're wrong, the others can still play, but I am by myself. Okay, so let's take out the next boards and then we have our layout right here. So we need B1 right here and B2. So for B1, we just have the stage. I guess it goes right there. And B2, we have backstage, which goes right next to here. So the board is going to get pretty big. I'll probably show just where I'm focused if it's not fitting in my view, but hopefully it won't be too big. So we're done with the theater, so I can kind of scoot that over. And now we can continue. So I guess I'll just go to stage to 260 right here. Oh, I forgot to add the next deck. Oh, deck 2 is much thicker. Okay, so take that out. Got deck 2 here. And we take 260. Put the deck on the side. Here we go. The tall mirror from Sable's finale trick is still front and center on the stage. You get closer to investigate it and discover that it's not only very solid, but it's attached to the stage with thick steel chains and custom bolts marked by arcane symbols. So I did see symbols next to the popcorn machine. If you disappeared under it, you'll need to remove those chains so you can check the floor beneath the mirror. Now we take 270 and 271. All right, we got 270 and 271. So this needs 3 pieces, so I'm still missing one. So actually, let me show you the close-up of the board of the new pieces here. So that must be this whole contraption right here. There is a box here, and I think that's like a small table. I don't know. And then from behind this mirror is backstage, where we'll explore next. I'm pretty sure these numbers will give us more details of what's in the room. Okay, so well, I see some symbols down here. The chains are like slightly different shades. One's like teal. So I wonder if it's like a front and back thing to where like this, and you flip it over, right? Like that. And then you reach a symbol. But we need the third piece or the puzzle piece. So let's keep searching the backstage now. And I would imagine if I walked into this backstage, I probably would just go to whatever's closest. So I'll go to 240. Got 240. When Sable performed their trick, a large portion of the backstage was hidden from view by the luxurious red curtains. You take a look at the various ropes holding them in place, hoping to discover some hidden secret that could explain her disappearance, and notice there are a series of taped markers attached to the ropes. When you pull on the ropes, the markers all move the same distance, but the curtain doesn't budge. Curious. Discard this and take 241. Okay, got 241. F1. So this is a different puzzle. It says pull each rope down to the desired length, but be sure to count each time the red tape crosses other ropes. We'll just come back to this when we have the other piece. So for now, I will go next to 220 here. Through what remains of the smoke, you spot a workbench in the back corner of the stage. Thrown over the top of it is a tool belt holding what looks like several unconventional screwdrivers. You grab it. You never know when it could come in handy. Take 221. Okay, here is our screwdrivers, and this is E1, so that's what we needed for these ones. So if we put them in order, we got this and this. So it should be enough to solve it. If it was my original theory that these are both sides of the mirror, how do we know what's first? Okay, well, let's just mark like what symbol goes to what. So if we do this again and start with E2, let's start with triangle here. So we're going to go triangle to right here, which would be this one. And go to the top here, which is right there. And that goes down here to 2 dots. So next, I guess we'll do this one. So that one goes to here, which is right there, goes to star, which means these two are connected. So that goes here, which goes to the top here, which goes to the side here. I hope you guys can see this. Which goes to the bottom here, which goes to square. Yeah, so these last two, this thermometer looking one connects to square. Okay. So I got them written here. Now if we take this one, let's just write the numbers. So that'll be a 2 and a 1. So this is already bad because the first number we need is 2. And then we got this is 3 and the star is 2. And this is 1 and the square is also 1. So this would have to be the first number if we're adding it. I don't know if we're supposed to add the numbers. How would you know to add? Or the order? There's no indication of what's the correct order. Okay, there's got to be some clue somewhere about the order. And I think I'm only supposed to need these 3 cards to solve it. Since I'm not sure or entirely sure, I'm just going to check the last location here for 200. I'll take backstage for 200, Alex. Backstage is the picture of organized chaos. Pieces and parts of tricks are scattered around, ensuring you have to watch your feet unless you want to trip over something. What's this? Looks like someone disconnected a power cord and left it laying on the ground. Take 201. All right, and we got a clue. Disconnected power. I did see that cable also near the popcorn machine right there. This thing right here. Got another clue. You can also see a cable here. So I don't know why that's about the cable in this corner, but you do see a cable here and one right there. And this is a light that shines out here, which would be to the mirror. Oh, there's also a cable here. I don't know. Okay, I think we need to solve this puzzle right here. I'm just going to try to deduce this. So if we add them up, it's going to be 2, 5, 3. So I'm automatically thinking 2's first because we're in the 200 deck. So it's either 235 or 253. Now, is that cheating to check for both of those? I think so. I have to know the answer. I don't know if this is like unlock where it can have like cards where you're wrong. Like if I guessed wrong and then you get a penalty. I don't think it works that way. I don't know how. I've never tried the clue system for this game. Let me see. The clue system. Well, hints section in the back. I don't want to see too much. Okay, puzzle hints. So I'm an E. Free hint. Oh, first hint. Sorry. Give me back in. I don't want to read too much. Okay, there are 3 chains wrapped around the mirror. Both ends of each chain match a certain tool. Yes, I already knew that. Let's read the second clue. Try putting the cards back to back. I already did that. Okay, third. Each chain is a different color from the other 2. You'll need to remove that chain first to free up the next one. Oh, okay. I have to see which one would have to go first. So yeah, this blue one definitely has to go first. It's on top. But hold on a second. Let me double check my work here. Because if this one's first is 1 plus 2, so that's 3. But I don't have 300 yet. So is it reverse order? Let's see. I don't know why it'd be reverse order. So if after that one's gone, then what's this one? The star one goes over there. Yeah, I have to remove the star one next because the star one's on top here and the star one's on top here. So that'll be 5. So in reverse order, I would have 3, 5, 2. So is it 2, 5, 3 then? That doesn't make sense. The first number should be the first chain you have to remove, right? I don't know. Is there more clues? Oh, so it says one chain is a different color from the other two. That's right. There's like a bluish one. You'll need to remove that chain first to free up the next one. So that blue chain is this one, which is 2 and 1, which adds up to 3. But our first number has to be a 2. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to try my reverse order thing. Go from the last one open, which is 2, and then 5, 3. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I don't know if this was how it was last time, but it goes up to 300s or in the 300s. So it is 352. Okay, so that's right there. That's what was confusing me. I did notice the deck was really thick too. I didn't check if it had 300. Okay, solved, unchained. The last of the chains fall away from Sable's huge mirror trick. There aren't any doors on it, no seams you can detect, and yet it appeared as if she walked right through it. You can't figure out how she pulled it off, but you do find that one corner of the mirror is oddly loose. You tug on it and it comes away with part of the frame. Plum grabs it for a closer inspection, but doesn't immediately find anything else interesting about it. He says, "It's too bad she disappeared. I was hoping to talk to her." Why did they mention Plum? Okay, we can discard these 3 because we solved it. Open packet A. So we got some packets here. Take card 264. This is a statement card. It's a clue that tells you where each character was before the show started. So we'll take 264. I guess we'll look at this before packet A. And we got Professor Plum. Where were you before the show started? Well, I had been hoping to talk to Adelaide before the show. She's planning to knock down a building with tremendous historical value. It's awful. So I went to her office. There's a door to it inside the theater. When I knocked, though, I heard some other woman call out that she wasn't in. I didn't know where else to look, so I grabbed some popcorn out of the machine right there, then sat in my seat. I was the first one in the theater. Well, if he was the first one, and he sat down, then I don't know. It'd be hard for him to do something. So let's recap his backstory. So he's been known to do a card trick or 2. He's excited about Sable's magic show, as the rest are. One of her real estate companies recently purchased a historical university building and is planning to knock it down. So he wants to preserve this historical building. We'll keep this with our clues here, and we'll open packet A. Oh, it's like part of a mirror. Interesting. And the person who did it is you. Okay, I guess that's it. Let me make sure. Is that really it? I guess so. Okay, I guess I'll keep this down here just so it doesn't shine. I'll keep it flipped over like that. Okay, I think we looked at everything. I'm kind of stuck now. Oh, I see. Okay, so this was only one puzzle piece needed. So let's do this. You guys can pause if you want to take a look at it, but I'm just gonna try this out for myself. So when you pull this one down, I have to know it only goes this much. So that would definitely, here, let me try to use my pen. So it's covering this distance, which definitely will cover 2 right here. So I know the first number is 2. So if you remember, we just have to count how many times the red part crosses over another rope. Okay, so for the next one, we got this distance right here. And if we're pulling, this is so hard to do. How can I keep track of this? I think I can eyeball it. So for that distance, I think it definitely crosses this rope. Now, does this one cross 2 of them? Yeah, it will definitely cross both of these, this red piece. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I think it's 3. This last one, this red won't cross anything. This red won't cross anything. This one will cross 1, 2, 3. And that's it. So 3. So we got 2, 2, 3. Is that a card? It is not a card. So I counted something wrong. Okay, be sure to count each time the red tape crosses other ropes. Yes. Oh, you know what? This middle one. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so this middle one crosses 1, 2, because behind it, and 3. Plus this one going here is 4. So it's 2, 4, 3. And they have 2, 4, 3. I didn't see it. I solved it correctly. Solved. It's curtains for you, kid. You solve the riddle of the ropes, and the curtains swing closed over the remaining gap of the middle of the stage. When the fabric stops swaying, you're shocked to see several holes in the velvet. There's no way Sable was too hard up for cash to repair that. Something else must be going on here. You do a quick sweep of the area and notice that the light filtering through the holes casts a pattern on the floor. So we discard this F1. What's F1? Oh, this card right here. And place card 213. So this card will go on the map here. Oh, place it right here. There we go. Okay, we got a weird pattern here. I'm guessing we have to use the mirror. I see it already. So, okay. So it says 1 puzzle piece plus mirror needed to solve. So we grab our mirror, go like this. And maybe, I don't know if I can show you guys. 318 right there. Let's grab 318. 318. Solve the mirror bright. It's hard to believe what you're seeing, but as you turn the small mirror to reflect the light coming through the curtains, it reveals the outline of a door against the back wall of the stage. You don't have a lot of options, so you move closer to see if you can open it, and almost trip over a thick rope that looks like it was cut on purpose. We take 290 and place 265. All right, 265. Place it on the map here. So it's revealing a door right here. And we got a new number. And 290, severed rope clue. Okay, we'll add this to our clues. I'm just gonna stack this up now. I guess we keep the mirror, and I'll be right there. And we will take 291. 291. As you approach the door that magically appeared, you notice that while the purple smoke from Sable's trick has mostly cleared out, the air is still filled with a distinctive haze. In fact, it appears to be coming from somewhere below the stage. The only way to learn more is to dig into the club's hidden secrets and try to find Sable. You pass through the door and find yourselves in the dressing room. Next player, take card 292 and place board C. So let's go ahead and place board C. There's a little funky design here for the circle. And we got a dressing room. That definitely looks like a puzzle there in the middle. And we got this weird corner space. I'm guessing it's going to be a secret passage. All right, let's put it on the board here. Again, since we're mostly done with this top part, just going to kind of move it out of the way so we can focus on the new rooms. All right, we got our dressing room. And we had 292 here. Sable's dressing room, while not messy, certainly isn't well organized. As expected, this room is also filled with smoke. One glance at the floor vents, as well as a trap door that's been partially covered up, is enough to prove the smoke is coming from below the theater. But how do you get there? And if there's a fire, where is Sable? Oh, so they think it's like smoke from a fire? I'll show you guys what the trap door is. Something about this is wrong. So wrong that foul play must be afoot. It's time to find Sable and discover who's to blame for all this. Take 293. All right, so I guess I didn't really notice that, but this must be the trap door and the smoke coming out of there. So we'll take 293. All right. Ooh. Whoa. What is this? It's just a clue card of what we need to solve. Did I grab the right card? Yeah, 293. Okay, that's just what we need to do at the end. The who, where, and what. I can keep this card on the table for the rest of the game. Okay, well, we will go again by proximity, 340. Against one wall, there's a large chest of drawers, some of which are slightly ajar. It is a big stuffed rabbit perched on top. Or it has a big stuffed rabbit. As you rummage through it, searching for clues, you find a set of instructions for a trick involving swords, along with other scraps and bits of paper. On the floor, you even find a discarded ticket for the show. Mayor Green casually mentions that he isn't surprised by the disorganization of the room. Okay, so is he the next person we're sussing? Take cards 341, 342, and 343. It's all gonna be a puzzle. Let's see. Oh, no, okay. So first we got the ticket that was found back there. And then we have Mayor Green, and then we have a puzzle U2. So 2 puzzle pieces needed. So we'll go through this once we have the other one. And now we got Mayor Green's statement. So Mayor Green, where were you before the show started? I was backstage checking on fire safety with the marshal, and we were both dismayed to see how poorly stored and protected the power cords were. I tripped over a disconnected cord that was just lying around. That's a pretty obvious violation. You'd think Sable would have personally seen to it since she's already having trouble getting her zoning permits in order for, well, a secret project, I think they're saying. For a new music place she's opening. She's supposed to have some star chef lined up to drive traffic. All right, let's just review his story again. So he's a patron of the arts as well as an important government official. Mayor Green needed very little prodding to attend Adelaide Sable's big show. It's a 2-for-1 deal. Enjoy a little magic while rubbing shoulders with wealthy voters. And remind Sable to get his zoning permits in order before construction on a secret new project. Is that the one about taking down the historical building? And then the chef they're talking about is the Chef White, or I don't know what's the character's name. Yeah, Chef White. We'll keep his statement in this stack here with the other one. And let's continue searching. I don't know if I want to do this corner yet. So I'll go right here to the... Actually, I'll make my way around. So I'll go 300. As you're investigating the dressing room, you find a large box that's stuck through with 8 swords. Another classic magic trick. Plum, unable to stop himself, starts to pull one of the swords loose, and you all hear a strange noise coming from within. He stops so everyone can more fully investigate. Take card 301. All right, 301. Oh, you won. So we got the 2 pieces here. So let's just give you a little look here. Got A, B, and C, and the numbers on the swords as well. So let's read this. ABC equals question mark. Insert all swords at once. Your goal is to maneuver the marbles along their given paths. Okay, so I guess we have marbles on top. To do so, remove swords as the marbles pass them. When one marble is done, reinsert all swords, then move on to the next marble. What's the last sword pulled for each marble? Okay, so I guess you follow the path while removing swords. That seems simple enough. Okay, so we'll start with A. So A is with 6 right here. So obviously, once we move here, we're going to remove 6. And then we're crossing 2, which is right here. So we're going to remove 2. And we're going along here. Then we cross 5. So we're going to remove 5. We already removed 2. And then I think we're on 3. But I don't know if we... Oh, and 4 is here. I see. So 4. Actually, we did remove 3. So hold on, let's start over. We removed 6 right there. We're removing 8. I missed that one because we're going here. And then we remove 3 right there. Remove 5 and 2. Well, we already removed 2, but remove that. And then we remove 4. So 4 would be the last one. Does this go up to 400? It doesn't go up to 400. It has to be either 2 or 3. But it definitely crosses 2 very early on. So it can't be 2. But why would it be 3 if it crosses 3? Unless, oh yeah, it crosses 4 right there. So what am I missing here? So we cross 6, then 8, then 4, then 3, then 5, and then 2. So 2 is the last one. Okay. All right, let's continue. I hope you guys are able to follow along. Okay, B. So B, we're going to cross 3 right off the bat. We're going up here. Are we doing anything here? No. Here we're crossing 6. So we got 3 and 6 out. I don't know if it's on 8. I don't know if it counts as crossing or not. But then we would cross 2 and 5. Okay, hold on. At some point, I don't know if we would cross 4 until the very end. So crossing 3, go up. At some point we're crossing 6 and we're staying on 8. Crossing 2, crossing 5, crossing 4. So now this is a question of if you don't... Oh, actually, no. We eventually cross over because we move this way, right? Like we go up, we're riding along 8, but then we go right. So we do cross it. So 4 would be the last one. So I think it's 4. And finally, C, it's definitely not 3. We go down. We are crossing 6 here, and 5, and 2, crossing 4, and then 8, and then 2 again. So I think it's 8. So do we have a 248? We do have a 248. Yes, solve, stars align. Your trusty magic mirror comes through again. Wait, what? Oh, this is on the table. Okay, so this is this table. Hold on. This isn't stars aligned. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, I didn't do this right. Well, I think I know the answer to this puzzle. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through this again. This time I'm gonna take some notes as I go along. So A we know has to be 2 or 3. So I think if we can eliminate one of those, then we know it's the other one. So A goes up and eliminates 2 right away. Oh, yeah, that's right. A can't be 2. Why did I get 2? A crosses 2 like very early on. So 6 and 2 are gone. Then 4, because the diagonal. Then 5. Oh yeah, 3 is the last one. Yeah, and it goes 8 here. Okay, so it is 3. So maybe the other 2 are right, and it's 3, 4, 8. There is no 3, 4, 8. All right, let's just do B and C over again. So B, we're crossing 3 right away, so it's not 3. Then we go up, and we cross 6 right here, so it's not 6. Then we go up, we pass 2. Then once we go this way, we're crossing 8. And then we go up and we're crossing 5. So it's 4. And then 4 is a lot. Oh, but 4 is... Yeah, I think it's 4. Because when we go up in the last stretch, that's when it finally crosses 4. Unless in the beginning, you're already crossing 4. Okay, maybe I have those right and then the last one's wrong. If it does cross 4 in the beginning, that means the next to the last one would be 5. So this is either not 4 or C is not 8. C, we're crossing 3 right away, so it's not 3. We're going down, crossing 5, so it's not 5. We're crossing 6 right here at some point, 6. And then 2. And then right here, we're crossing 4. So that one, I'm more clear that that's 8. So maybe it's 3, 5, 8. Let's try that. Let's see if it's there. We do have a 3, 5, 8. Okay, let's see. Yes, on guard. I'm pretty sure that's referring to swords. As you remove the final marble from the sword box, the entire contraption falls apart. There's a hard crank inside of it. You look at one another, unsure whether it's really a good idea to mess with the secrets of a master magician. Then Peacock reaches in to turn it. Ooh, Peacock? They haven't mentioned my character yet. It's Scarlet. A loud clunk echoes behind you, and you all whip around to see that what looks like a very solid bookshelf has swung open. When you get closer, you see a crumpled paper stuck under the edge of the shelf. Discard U1, U2, and place card 230. So we get rid of these two and place 230. So that goes right here. Wait, what's the bookshelf? Oh, this is a bookshelf along here, and it's opening up. It's swinging open. And then we have 390. So I don't know if I want to go there yet. I still have 320 and then 360. So let's do 320. One wall features a bookcase stuffed full of oddments and trinkets. A box decorated with celestial symbols catches your eye. It also has a prominent lock with 3 buttons. There must be a code to crack, just like there was with the sound booth door in the theater. Take 230 or 321. All right. Okay. One piece needed. The board. I'm guessing we're going to use that. And the mirror. So we have Saturn, the moon, and the stars. Or is it just planet? Okay. So I'm guessing I can just take this card instead of the board. Use the mirror. And ABC. So A is right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's an arrow on this side of the line. So maybe, what do you do? You look on that side. And then we count the number of the symbols. Because if we did it the other way, there would be no planets in that view. So this one, I mean, it's just 2 because you get the reflection. So maybe it's 2. And then the moons for B. B, we would get 4. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right. Let me guess. There's going to be 8 stars. Yep, because there's 4 on that side. There'll be 8. It's hard for you guys to see, but there will be 4 on this side. And I already know it's 2, 4, 8 because I accidentally grabbed that card. Solve. Stars aligned. I've never seen this card before. The trusty magic mirror comes through again. Use the code you divined via the table. Or using the code you divined via the table, you quickly unlock the celestial box and it pops open. Inside you find a single piece of notebook paper that looks as though it was ripped from a diary. So we discard H1 and we take 322. Let's put this back. 322. Mirror walk instructions. Dressing room. Clue. So check. Mirrors gears for rust. Smoke canister must be blue. All other colors too flammable. Trapdoor locks must be set in the correct order. Trapdoor locks, disengage, disengage, engaged, and disengaged. All right. So we got our notes here. I'm just making sure I was supposed to get that card. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to go to 360. Because I thought this was going to open up something, but it looks like this will open up the rest of this map here. So we've got 360. So it's a vanity. Sable's vanity is gorgeous and glittering. The sort of artifact you just know will be featured in a biopic about her someday. You sit down to gaze at the brightly lit mirror only to find a magic wand and a note describing a trick. Just for kicks, you pick it up to give it a try. Takes 361. One puzzle piece needed to solve. To reveal secrets, simply wave the wand in the following sequence. An audience helps. Oh, an audience helps. So that means, is this supposed to be the reverse of what you see? All right, you guys tell me what you see, okay? Oh, I need to start higher. Okay, that looks like a 3. And then, wait, let me talk from the, oh, this one goes up and then down. So, wait. And then down again. This way, up, down, down. So that's definitely a 4. And then, wait, what? This is like a Q. So I go around, back to the top of that, and then down like that. Is that a 9 or 6? I don't know. So, okay. I start here, go like that, and then down. Okay, so that's 9. So we got 3, 4, 9. Okay. Solve like magic. Swish, flick, twirl. You wave the wand through the air, feeling both silly and thrilled when suddenly a hidden compartment on the side of the slim cylinder pops open and tightly rolled note falls out. So we discard J1 and we take 376. Oh, a note. In the dressing room, stage direction. During the mirror walk, please remember to cut one of the ropes so I don't zip too high. Okay, so one of the ropes is supposed to be cut so I don't zip too high. Oh, so she didn't go down. She's supposed to go up. Okay, that's important because this is talking about trap doors, right? Mirrors, gears for rust, smoke canister, trap door locks. But then this one says she's gonna zip up. So what's going on here, huh? All right, finally, let's go 390, which is the last card in the deck. You pass through the bookshelf into the next room. There's even more smoke in here, but it's easy to see that you're in the club's famous speakeasy, and also that once again, Sable's nowhere to be found. She must be trapped somewhere, and with the smoke thickening every moment, it's clear that suffocation could be a real concern if you don't find her soon. You need to find her before tragedy strikes, and all your business plans go up in smoke. So now we add deck 3 and place board D. Okay, we got board D right here, our speakeasy. Pretty sure we'll find out more about what's there from these numbers. So I'll put it right here. And then I forgot what we were supposed to grab. Oh, deck 3, that's right. Which is the final deck. Also just as thick. So we got the 400s and the 500s. Oh, and 800s, 900s. And basically anything higher than 400s, I'm going to assume is a number. So where do we start? I think right here, 460. Or actually, if I would have walked in, I would walk in here and 480 would be the first one. So I'm going to do 480 and it looks like some cards. So maybe a card puzzle. Okay. A card table is set up in the corner of the speakeasy with some cards scattered across the top of it. You flip a few over and discover that every one of them is a queen of spades, except for one card bearing instructions. Take 481. Okay. My cards are so tricky, sometimes the details simply vanish. And this is 3 puzzle pieces, so I don't have enough for it. Just put it down. We're walking into the room, and I'm right here at 420, so right in the middle here. As one might expect from a swanky place like this, there's a book of fancy cocktail recipes open on one of the tables. Perhaps the bartender was experimenting with some new ideas when the club was evacuated. At first glance, the drink being displayed looks more like a riddle than a recipe. Okay, and take 421. I wish they made the text a little bigger. All right, so 2 pieces, and this is L1, so this is a different puzzle. So I'm not going to go over it just yet until we get the other piece. So let's go to this corner, 460. While inspecting the trick bookcase that led you into the speakeasy, you come across a torn map fragment stuck between 2 large tomes on the bottom shelf. Take 463. This is our map fragment and it's a clue. Oh, I did see the symbol. That's the popcorn machine. So something happened on the way and that's why it got knocked over. And then we're looking for these symbols in this room. Whatever that one is in this corner here. Okay. Seems like an important clue. It's like a hidden path. Let's go to this table here in this corner, 440. The corner of the room showcases a beautifully arranged bar. Every bottle shines as if it's just been polished and the liquids inside gleam like hundreds of multicolored gems. Some of the bottles are sitting out on the bar as if someone was just about to make a drink before the club emptied out. Take 441. Who enjoys a little taste before a show or even knows how to make drinks? Okay, this is L2. So we got the other piece here. We got liquid gunpowder, peach cordial, newt juice, and shaker. All right, let's go over the instructions now. Mix the liquid gunpowder, half of the available newt juice, and all of the peach cordial into a shaker. Measure and make note of how many milliliters of mix you have. All right, so is that the first number? Let's read everything first. Top off the rest of the shaker with tap water. Note how many milliliters of water was added. So top it off, okay? Pour your mixture into the empty liquid gunpowder container until it's full. Note how many milliliters of drink mix are left in the shaker. Okay, it seems like simple math. So first, mix the liquid gunpowder. So that's going to be 2 plus half the available newt juice, which is 2, and all the peach cordial. So that's 3. So first number we have is 7. 2 plus half of 4 is 2, plus 3 is 7. And that fills exactly the top. So when it says top off the rest of the shaker with tap water, I think that's 0 because we can't top it off with anything. And then pour the mixture into the gunpowder because empty, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So we have 705. I hope that's right. And we don't have a 705. What went wrong? Okay, mix the liquid gunpowder and half of the available newt juice, so 2 and 2, and all the peach cordial into the shaker. That's definitely 7, right? How am I doing this math wrong? Maybe half of the available newt juice. Half of the available newt juice. There's 4 milliliters, so half of that is 2. What am I missing here? You guys see anything I'm missing here? Okay, hold on. This is L. I'm going to take a clue. Okay, each of the containers has a different amount of liquid. The shaker starts off empty. I already knew that. The numbers at the top of each container indicate the total volume of the vessel. Oh, okay, that's what I missed. Oh my gosh. Okay. So numbers are the total volume of the vessel, not how much liquid there is. Okay, that makes way more sense. So we got 1 liquid gunpowder plus 1 newt juice, because if half of 4 is here and then we take another half, that's 1. And then all of the peach. So I'm guessing they're doing 2/3 of it, right? This is 3, 1/3. So there's 2. So 2, 1, 1 equals 4. So we're pouring 4 into the shaker. Top off the rest with tap water. So 7 minus 4 is 3. So 3 water. Pour the mixture into the empty liquid gunpowder. So this will be 7 minus 2. It will always be 5 at the end. So 435. And there's a 435. Okay, discard L1 and L2. Solved. Magic elixir. The glittering elixir comes together at last. I mean, what kind of elixir is this with gunpowder? It's beautiful, but nothing else happens. Chef White checks the recipe one more time and declares you've missed the last step. She grabs a book of matches from behind the bar and lights the top of the drink on fire. There's a flash of light, a fizzing noise, and voila, the drink has magically transformed into a playing card. Amazing. So we take 444. How did that turn into a playing card? Oh, so this is part of M. So we got a Queen of Spades. My cards are so tricky. Sometimes the details simply vanish. Okay. I'm seeing some shapes here. And then there's like a gap here and a gap there. I don't know. Let's wait until we get the third one, which should be in our final corner here, 400. The speakeasy is luxe in every sense of the word. Everywhere you look, there's plush seating, low lights, and glittering decor. Crystal balls, playing cards, and other magical props fully set the scene. On a table near the rounded bar, you see someone has set out a classic trick, cups and ball. Take 401 and 402. Just give me a different puzzle. It is a different puzzle. So 2 pieces needed. We have our green, blue, and red cup with 3, 4, 5. Let's read this. Round 1. The ball is under the blue cup. The blue and green cup. I keep saying cap, it looks like cap. The blue and green cup are switched, and then the blue and red. Okay. So I guess, yeah, the position is with the number, right? Okay, the ball's under the blue cap. So we just have to track the blue. The blue and green are switched. So blue's here. And then the blue and red. So it's 5. Okay, next, the ball is still under the blue cup. Oh, still under the blue cup. Shoot. Okay, so I have to keep track of the colors now. So at the end of round 1, blue and green are switched. So green's in the middle. And then the blue and red are switched. So we have red, green, blue. Okay, so the ball is still under the blue cup, which is on the right side. That cup switches with the red cup. So blue and red switch. So we would have blue, green, red. And it's still under the blue cup. So the blue cup is first. So it would be 3. So we have 5, 3. Okay, the blue cup and red cup switch. So they just switch back. So we have red, green, blue. But the ball is magically switched to the green cup. Oh, it's just in the middle then. So that's 4. 3, 5, 3, 4. Yep, we have that card. I don't know if it's right, but we have the card. It's a good sign. Yes, cups and ball. You definitely solved the trick, then hear a pop as a hidden drawer slides open. A quick peek under the table reveals a complicated magnetic lock that must have been activated by the ball's movement. Inside the drawer, you find a playing card. So we discard these 2. This must be the third playing or the third card. We take 479. All right, so we have the 3 cards needed. Oh, yeah. So there's differences, right? Some cards are so tricky, sometimes the details simply vanish. So I think we count like the number of differences for each shape or how many disappeared. So if we go club, hearts, spade, right? Club, hearts, spade. Let's count for clubs first. Where are the clubs? The clubs are right here and up here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to count this half, or actually you just have to count the differences. So this one's gone and this one's gone. And then these 2 are gone. So that's 4. Next we have heart, which are kind of all throughout this part. So this heart is gone and that's it. So 1. And finally, we have spade. That was along these yellow strips right here. So 1's missing there and 1's missing there. Just make sure there's no other spades, like the big ones here on the card. Oh, yep, see? That one is missing right there. I knew there would be some sort of trick to this. So we got 1, 2, and then 3. So I think it's 4, 1, 3, which is not a card. Okay. I think 4 is correct. Maybe I went too fast on the hearts. So let me check for other hearts. Other hearts. So 1 here and 1 here. Yeah, I skipped that one. So 4, 2, 3. And we do have the card. Sleight of hand solved. So we discard these 3. Okay, hidden in the cards, you find the combination to a lockbox. After looking around a bit, you find 1 stashed under a cabinet. You enter the code, it pops open, and you find a key labeled office nestled inside. Solicitor Peacock speaks up. And we take cards 416 and 417. Okay. All right. So let's read this first. I arrived early, of course, and went straight to Sable's office. Some staff member let me in to wait for her. Why? A case, obviously. No, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Anyway, she never showed up, so it hardly matters. I eventually gave up and left, but before I did, someone else knocked on the door from the theater looking for her. I told them she wasn't in, and there was no response. Okay, so that lines up because we read from Professor Plum. She was looking for her, went to the office, and then knocked. Another woman called out and said she wasn't in. So that is lining up with this. So that's a good sign. And let's read her background again. So she has a taste for finer things, but that's not what brought her there. She's all about business. She's working a complex real estate case for months, and this one is not court sanctioned. So she was there to attempt Sable to settle with her client. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with this one. I don't know if it's all connected either. So she has a client, and apparently is involved in some lawsuit with Sable. She's trying to get her to settle. And now finally we place board E, which I'm guessing is the office. So let's scooch all this over. And we have board E, Sable's office. Ooh, that looks very mysterious. Okay, we walk right in to 540. All right, 3 large cubes are heaped in a corner of Sable's office. When you get closer to figure out what they might be, you notice they're covering up a trap door on the floor and that they were clearly pushed over in a rush. There are numbers on the cubes. What could they be for? Take 531. So let's take a closer look, actually. These cubes over here, and another trap door with smoke coming out. Then you got this weird symbol. And remember, we're looking for this symbol, which is like 2 rings. Oh, I see that. I see the 2 rings. So those must be symbols for trap doors. And then, yeah, we have a desk here. And then, I don't know what's there. Another desk with a hat. I don't know. So we need 531. 2 pieces needed. We have these cubes with numbers on it. So we still need the other one. So let's continue searching. Let's go 500. Sable's desk is a wide expanse of gorgeously lacquered, I think it's lacquered wood that boasts a single long drawer that's locked with a 3-digit code. A few failed attempts at fiddling with the numbers prompt you to look for hints of what the code could be. You find a well-handled inventory list out on top. Take 501. Inventory report. How many of each supply do I have in stock? Hat, bunny, and wand. Oh man, is this like in the whole place? And it's one puzzle piece, so this is it. I remember they mentioned the bunny somewhere over here. And there's like a hat right there too. Oh my gosh, am I gonna have to look at this map? That just seems tedious. And there are like random bunnies lying around. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it. But there's like some bunny here on the floor here. The light's shining over it. There's a bunny on this dresser. Well, let's start counting. All right, let's check the theater first. I'm gonna kind of hover over this to look closer. Okay, I see a hat in the office. Not sure how I'm gonna show you guys this. It's gonna be hard to see. Okay, I don't see anything else. How about in the stage? Back here, I don't see any hats. In the dressing room, there's a hat all the way over here. You guys can see. So that's 2. Make our way. Oh, there's a hat right here in this corner also on the floor. Wait, so how many is that? We had 1, 2, 3. There's one on the couch right there. It's 4. And right here, we saw a hat there. That's 5. This isn't really a puzzle. It's like what do you call these games? Spot the whatever. No, that's spot the difference. What is these? Like, where's Waldo? Okay, let's say it's 5. Let's like check the bunnies. I know the bunny here and the bunny on this right here. Okay, I only see 2 bunnies. The wand is very hard. I didn't remember seeing any wands. Oh, I do see one on the vanity here. So now I know what I'm looking for. All right, that's it. I'm willing to try 521. I don't know how long I should try to look for this. There is a 521. Could be to another puzzle. Okay, that's it. I didn't want to spend too much time on that. And solve, now you see me. Discard Q1. After successfully tracking down all the rabbits, hats, and wands, you use the numbers to unlock Sable's desk drawer. Inside, you find a page that appears to be a continuation of the mirror walk guide you found in the dressing room. Chef White speaks up. Take 509 and 510. Okay, so we got the other half of the notebook. Let's read this first. Notes. Magician drops through door 1, lands in the pulley cart under the theater. Cart stops at first unlocked door. Oh, so she gets thrown into a cart. So the pulley is not pulling her up, it's to pull a cart. Cart stops at first unlocked door, should be door 2. A hook located at the door will fly over her or over the audience to complete the trick. A hook located at the door will fly her over. Sorry, read that one more time. So the cart stops at the first unlocked door, should be door 2. I don't know what that is. A hook located at the door will fly her over the audience to complete the trick. Fail safe in case door 2 is blocked. Pulley cart will transport magician to the dressing room. So I think I need to know whether door 2 is blocked. And I don't know what door 2 is. Okay, we'll come back to that. And now we have Chef White. Where were you before the show started? Not to sound like a broken record, but like everyone else, I was trying to find Adelaide. We had some business to discuss about a new place she's opening. I heard she hired someone else for a gig I thought we had agreed on. I didn't find her though. I had some trouble getting into the theater because I lost my ticket. Luckily, the staff was able to track down my name in the system and they let me in. Ooh, but we found a missing ticket in the dressing room. It's very suspicious. Okay, let's see her background. Yeah, basically she's trying to get a job in the Sable's new place, new music venue. All right, what's next? 420 or 520, sorry. Sable's office is surprisingly tidy, or perhaps not for such a successful entrepreneur. Even the magical equipment is organized and prim. A small table holds a classic magician's hat. Miss Scarlet picks it up and to try it on. When she does, you all notice it was sitting on top of a series of strange symbols carved into the tabletop. Ooh, finally onto my character, Miss Scarlet. Let's take 560. Oh, one puzzle piece, mirror and board. So what is going on here? Oh, I think we got to use this thing because it's circular. How do I know what side's the top? Hold on, let's see. Oh, I see. There's numbers here. So I think the dot will signify what number, and I just have to line this up. So I think... I don't understand this. Oh, I see. Yeah, because the main point of a star, you would have this bottom part of like the pentagon in the middle, and that has to be here with this point, right? So I'm assuming it will line up like this, and that makes it 3. But we don't have 3 anymore. Wait, what are these? So 7, what is this, 6? Yeah, or no, that's not 6. 9. Nope, that's P. Oh, mirror. I need the mirror. Wait, so what's going on? I mean, it would still be 3, right? Okay, well, I mean, how can the first number be 3? Unless that's not it. Oh, wait, it can also be like this. No, because the way this one is shaped. Okay, I see it now. It's like this, actually. So like that, and it looks like a 2, but when you use a mirror, it's 5. So I think the first one is 5 because it has to be. It can't be 2. All right, next one. Ooh, got this weird shape. I think similarly, we can only go like that. So, okay, I'm basing it off of this middle part, which is like a triangle in here, and thinking that would be this triangle. So we're looking at it at like this orientation, and that would put it right here at this 7. So maybe 5, 7, and then last. This one's tricky because this one's like that. How is this one gonna line up? Oh, was I supposed to be using a mirror the whole time for the shape? Like the symmetrical? Hold on. Because I noticed all the shapes are symmetrical. But what does that mean? This one is really tricky. Okay, I think I'm gonna need a clue on this one. So it says a strange symbol in the turret looks similar to the scratches on the table. Use the mirror to change the shape of the symbol on the ground. For each of these 3 symbols, see the dots in the circles on puzzle piece R1 to determine which digit to look at in the mirror when it's resting on a circle. So the second hint says use the mirror to change the shape of the symbol on the ground. And then we have this, right? And the third step says for each of the three, or third hint, each of the three symbols, see the dots in the circles on this card to determine which digit to look at in the mirror when it's resting on the circle. Oh, you can say to determine which digit to look at in the mirror when it's resting on the circle. So when the mirror is resting on the circle, and is this the one that's on the floor? Am I supposed to use it on here? Oh, maybe I'm supposed to use it here to make this shape. I'm doing it the wrong way. Okay. I got it now. So I am making the shape here that's there and taking this dot, which in the mirror shows 5. Okay, so the first one is 5. Now we have to make this shape. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. So that's here. I got it right. That's the shape. And the dot is on the top right, which is a 3. It's a 3 over there. Sorry, this is really hard to show you guys. But it's 5, 3. And finally, the last one. It's basically the same steps. I don't think I need to show you guys. It's right there. I think I got it right here. And the dot is right there, and it's a 9. Okay, 5, 3, 9. This has to be it. Oh, it's right here on top of the deck. I promise I did not look at it. Solve. Charm circle. Get rid of this card. The mirror flickers back and forth across each symbol according to Sable's instructions. As you're tilting it this way and that, reflected light dances over the table that had the symbols carved into it. To your amazement, once you complete the riddle, a hidden compartment drops open to reveal a notebook. A thick red ribbon is marking a specific page. Scarlet, still holding the top hat, decides now is the time to speak. So we just get rid of R1 and take 552 and 553. Okay, now it's our character. And this is T1. Didn't I have? Yeah, T2. So now we have the 2 pieces. But let's read this first. So I was in the speakeasy enjoying a lovely drink and listening in on a few interesting conversations. No ticket needed, of course. So that's not my lost ticket. Even without all this nasty business, there would have been quite a few tantalizing rumors worth hearing. Again, I'm some journalist or newspaper editor or writer or something. I even saw Colonel Mustard having a rather secretive conversation. Other than that, I heard 2 women arguing in one of the adjacent rooms. 2 women. So it's either Sable's office or the dressing room. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but one of the voices was Adelaide. I'm sure of it. So if the ticket places Chef White in the dressing room, it could be Chef White and Adelaide. So far for Peacock, we know she was in the office. So that means, yeah, and Adelaide wasn't in the office. So who knows? And I already knew my background. I'm just looking for some juicy gossip. Okay, and we have enough for this puzzle. All right, so I think if you roll the die, what number would it be? Oh, and then first, second, third number. Okay, I see. So 1 facing up to the left would be 5. I think we can easily deduce that. So the first number is 5. Now we got 5 on top, but it's like this. And we roll it again. So what's opposite of 1? We'll have to figure that out. Well, it has to be 6. 6 is opposite of 1. So now here's the tricky part. 1, 5. That would mean that 2 is opposite of 5. And we're going to roll it this way. So if we're on 5 at the bottom, hold on. We go this way. Wait, did I do it right? So right is 5, right again is 6, with 5 on the right and 2 on the left. So 6 with 2 on the left, and then we're going down. So what's opposite of 3? That would be 4. Yeah, 4. Sorry. I don't know. It's taking me longer than... It's really tricky here. I'll give you guys a chance. You can look at that. Okay? I think it's 5, 6, 4. Let's see. Yes, out of the box. Discard those. The box tumbled around the floor. You hear a soft click, and as they settle in one place, one of them unfolds to reveal a remote control with a single button. You push it. Seconds later, a loud mechanical groaning echoes from inside the theater. It must be the cart, right? You rush to the stage just in time to see a trap door swing open. Oh, it's a trap door? A ladder reaches down into the basement. Could this finally be where you find Sable? When you reach the bottom, you notice a slip of paper is stuck to one of your shoes. So we take 554 and place 555. And here we go. Purchase order from Magician's Merchandise. So it says, "Hi Jordan." Is Jordan the name? Who's Jordan? And who's Mike? Okay. We were out of blue smoke, so we sent you our new purple smoke instead. I'm sure Miss Sable won't mind. Thanks for being a valued customer, Mike, Magician's Merchandise, warehouse manager. Okay, so they were out of blue and they used purple smoke. But who's Jordan? And what mentioned about the smoke? Okay, smoke canister must be blue. All other colors too flammable. So the purple smoke was too flammable. So that's what's causing the fire. So whose name is Jordan? And who's Mike? Do we have names here? Okay, well, let's place this. Okay. And this is on the stage. So we opened up this trap door. And this had also a symbol of a moon. You can't really see it. Bring it up really close. I still probably couldn't see it. There's a picture of a moon on it. So here we go. Trapdoor's opened. And we can make our way on over to 590. As you descend the ladder to get beneath the stage, you're overwhelmed by a fire ripping along the walls and through the props. So we know why there's a fire. Even though the ceiling appears untouched, this must be where all the smoke was coming from. More importantly, the smoke was clearly traveling through a tunnel system suspended from the ceiling. Inside, you can see tracks like a pulley cart would have. That must be how Sable is able to travel so quickly between the trap doors during her tricks. You spot an emergency exit at the back of the room, but how to reach it? It's now or never. You must rescue Sable and escape the club. So remove board B2. We remove backstage. I'm guessing the cards on top of it as well. And then replace it with board F. So I think this is our final board. We have the basement. It's on fire. So we'll bring that back in view here. We'll just stack all these. I'll scoot everything a little bit more over off screen here. Okay. So we go down. We're in the basement. And I'm just going to go right. Oh, we see the purple smoke. Actually, let's take a closer look. Okay. Let's start investigating. This time, let's go in numerical order, or lowest to highest. Start at 600. The smoke, the heat, the roar of flames all work together to make the room unbearable to be in. It's hard to get your bearings in here, but a bright splash of color amidst the gray haze catches your eye. You find an abandoned can of purple theatrical smoke lying on the ground. Take card 635. Okay, theatrical smoke, basement, clue. So we already knew we had the purple smoke. So let's go to 610 here. We're down to the final cards here. Still quite a bit, but let's see. Various piles of tricks and props are burning merrily in the blaze, but your eye is drawn to a tall sword leaning against the wall. Colonel Mustard grabs the sword, clears his throat, and then speaks. 602 and 634. Okay, here's our sword. It's a puzzle. 2 pieces needed. Put that down for now. Colonel Mustard, where were you before your show started? I spotted an old pal in the speakeasy and struck up a conversation. Okay, so is that me? Am I the old pal? Miss Scarlet? There's been rumors recently about a nearby military base. Could be nothing, but the problem is they claim some files went missing. Anyway, the only other person I saw before heading to my seat was Scarlet. She was gossiping in the speakeasy. No surprise there. My ticket must have dropped it somewhere along the way. Okay, he's also missing the ticket. And Miss Scarlet, did I mention anything about seeing Colonel Mustard? I even saw Colonel Mustard having a rather secretive conversation. Okay, where was this? I was in the speakeasy enjoying a drink and listening on a few interesting conversations. I even saw Colonel Mustard. So she does place him in the speakeasy. Colonel Mustard mentions having conversation with me, but I don't mention having conversation with him. Oh, so, okay. So I'm not the old pal. See, he spotted an old pal in the speakeasy. And then I'm saying I saw him talking to somebody, having a secret conversation. And the only other person he saw was me, which makes sense because I saw him. Okay. I mean, it kind of lines up there. So, Colonel Mustard's background. He got intel saying she was behind the disappearance of several boxes of government documents. They were housed in one of her warehouses. So Sable owns some warehouses and wants her to spill the location of those stolen documents or files. It says files. Okay, and we need the other piece. So let's keep searching all the way to 6:30. Sorry. Ooh, new gears. Okay, that's it. Did I grab the right card? New gears. They're not even tell me anything. It's just new gears. Okay, 6:40 then. Hanging from the ceiling, there's a huge water tank designed for an escape artist. It's still full. Maybe you could use it to put out the fire. You look to see if there are hinges to open it, or a way to tip it over. No such luck. The chains it's hanging from are too thick to saw through. It appears the only option is to find a weak point in the glass and break the tank open. Take 804. So yeah, I did see a water tank hanging here. And 2 pieces. All right, so we have our sword and the tank. We gotta put the sword in right here. And then what happens? Do I cover up the numbers? The handle is right there. If I line it up correctly, will I have a lot of numbers now? Is it the numbers that I cross over? What do I do with this? So the sword is like pointing at 9. You could say it's pointing at 9. But then what do? They just really don't give you any info on this, huh? Okay. I don't have time to try to solve a weird puzzle like this. Okay, use a sword as a tool to break the glass. Layer the sword over the top of the card showing the water tank, then swing it by rotating the hilt. How am I supposed to know which way to rotate? Oh, I guess it would only touch 3 numbers. Okay, so I think we got 9 first, then 2, then 1. I think that's the only numbers it would touch. Okay, so the 9 to 1. Would I have gotten that? I don't know. I got the 9 though. Oh, it's not 9 to 1. Whoops. That was a little too easy there. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's not 9 because I was wondering whether it covers 9 or not. But no, it's definitely 9, right? Like you can see, I'm covering it right there. 9. 2. That's 2, right? Oh, 4. Okay, so it does hit 4. 924. Whoops. All right, up in the air. Mustard heaves the sword up at the tank while everyone else takes cover. The sword smashes against the tank, spider webbing the glass on impact, but it doesn't shatter. The sword clatters to the ground. The heat is unbearable. You've only got one more shot before you're all goners. Hit the tank's weak point and you'll be free. So we discard these 2 and we get 850 and 851. Or the next player gets 850 and 851. All right, 2 pieces needed. We have it. And it looks like some puzzle or maze here. Wait, these are not lining up. I see, they overlap a bit. There you go. You guys can solve it. Wait, what am I looking for? Is it past numbers? I don't see any numbers. Oh, maybe when you draw it out, it makes numbers. So we start here. Wait, let's work backwards. We have to go up here. We have to go down. How do we get across? We have to go down here to get across. And we go up. So down here to get across, go up. Then we go that way. Then we're here and we're at the end. So then from down here, that's it. We're at the, oh no, we're not at the start. From down here, oh, we go here, up, out this way, and around up here. Okay, so start, you go down here, up here, and back, and then down here, here, here. So is that a 9? Like that, 9? Then you go across here, 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 and here. So that's a 5. And the last one can either be a 7 or a 1, but I think it's a 7. So 957. There is a 957. Yes, I solved it. Solved, shattered. The tank breaks open, spraying water in all directions. The fire that had been blocking the emergency exit sputters out. You cough and choke on the smoke, but move forward determinedly. On your way, you notice a burned piece of map on the floor nearby. So we discard those, take 944 or place 944 and take 943. Place this card right here. And there's a door over there, right there. And we got the other half of the map. And like I said, it was a moon symbol. Okay, so there we go. Now we got the full map. So this is the cart. I'm guessing the underground cart. And now we got 999. The last card in the deck. You reach the door, thrilled to finally get out of the club and hopefully find Sable. But when you get there, all you see is an empty door frame stuck to a blank wall. You don't have time for more magic tricks. You look over the entire door frame and find nothing but solid wall beneath it. The metal frame is hot to the touch. On a whim, you take the mirror you took from the theater out of your pocket and notice that in the heat, the frame looks different than it did before. We keep this card on the table and take 921 and 922. There's only 4 cards left. Okay, so did we have other cards? No, this is 2 pieces and a mirror. Okay, I see symbols. Right away, I see 3 symbols. And then there's numbers here. But what do we need the mirror for? Oh, to complete the frame. So let's see, you take out the mirror. In the heat, the frame looks different than it did before. In the heat. What does that mean? You shine light on it? It's very faint, but you can see symbols here. I never noticed it before. So if you put it against the light, I see. So I have to line up these symbols. So I see 3 symbols here, and it kind of looks like the symbols on the mirror. Okay. So anyways, it's like a circle, then like a round, you guys are not going to see this. A round-ish star and then a more narrow star. So I see this roundish star and the narrow star. So it's like narrow star, more, I don't know how to describe it. Like another type of star and then a narrow star. So if that's this, then it would be this number. No, this number, this number, this number, basically. 818. It's so hard to show you guys, sorry. Oh, wait a second. That can't be it. Wait 1 second. Am I looking at it the wrong way? Oh, okay, sorry. There's like way more symbols on the mirror that probably more closely reflect. Okay, you gotta like really shine a super bright light on it. Okay. So the one I was looking at here is like a very, very narrow star. But the one this is like kind of more evened out. And that lines up right here. And that's 9. Plus I know I need 9. So it's 9 something 9. And to take this number, I think I had that one correct. Or not. Oh, I kind of cheated because I glanced over at there's only 2 cards left. It's hard to not see the numbers. This one is that narrow one that I'm talking about. So they're all 3 different. This one is more even, 4-sided. This is a 8-sided, and this is like a really long, narrow one. So when you find the shapes, it comes out to like 9 and then 7 and 8. Yeah, it's really hard to show you guys this one, but it's 9, 7, 8. Solved. Real magic. After you position the mirror you've been carrying with you, some unknown force seems to swirl through the room. Before your very eyes, a doorknob and hinges materialize in the space within the doorframe. You twist the oddly cool knob, open the door, and see a tunnel stretching out before you. So now we discard Y1, Y2, and we take the last card. You all prepare to leave through the emergency exit, which takes you out a tunnel behind the venue. From somewhere in the building, you can hear muffled yells. You need to find and free Sable, then figure out who trapped her before she accuses you all and severs all ties with you, both personal and business. Review the clue cards you've collected throughout the game and revisit any nodes you may have missed while you work through the deliberation. Now, decide. Who sabotaged Sable's trick? Where is Sable now? And what item was intentionally used to sabotage her trick? When you're ready, open the solve packets. Okay, so I do think it was the fire that sabotaged the trick because she wasn't supposed to have purple. She was supposed to have blue. If you go through the rest, I don't think the new gears would do anything. This was related to the smoke, the receipt. We can go through all the instructions. So magician drops through door 1, lands in the pulley cart under the theater. So that means this is door 1 right here. So I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4 into the dressing room. So cart stops at first unlocked door, which should be door 2. So that's how she gets behind the audience, which is where the popcorn machine is. So the popcorn machine got knocked over at some point though. Oh, I see. So because the popcorn machine was knocked over, door 2 was blocked. So a hook located at the door will fly her over the audience to complete the trick. So that's what the cable is next to the popcorn machine? I don't know. I noticed there some cable there anyways. So in case door 2 is blocked, which if somebody knocked over the popcorn machine, that would block the door. The pulley cart will transport magician to the dressing room. So it will go all the way around. It'll go all the way around to the dressing room. So that's probably what happened. So check mirrors gears for rust. Nope, we have new gears. So that's where that comes into play. Smoke canister must be blue. Nope, we have purple. Trap door locks must be set in the correct order. I don't know about that part. So trap door locks, disengage, disengage, engaged, disengage. So that just means the stage was open, the popcorn machine was open, the office was locked, and then the dressing room was open. That's fine. Stage direction. During the mirror walk, please remember to cut one of the ropes so I don't zip too high. Well, I don't think she ever got there because she never made it out of this door in the theater. And this ticket is just very suspicious because someone was in the dressing room, right? So I'll put that in the dressing room. The severed rope, that is good. We do want a severed rope because that was part of the instructions. So that's fine. These explain each other. Just take it out here. And the gears are fine. Disconnected power. Don't know how that comes. And the popcorn machine. Oh, that's where I saw. So there's supposed to be a zip line or something. Anyways, this is blocking the door. That's what we see. So who knocked over the popcorn machine? I think there's only one mention of popcorn. And that was Professor Plum, right? I don't know about this power cable. So I'll keep that in play. So I'm very curious about the popcorn machine and who knocked it over, right? I think someone mentioned something about getting popcorn. Yeah, so I think Professor Plum is the only one who says he grabbed some popcorn out of the machine and then took his seat. So if he was first, then maybe he got popcorn and this is before someone knocked it over. And his story checks out with Solicitor Peacock because she's the person that he heard when he knocked on the door, and some other woman called out saying that she wasn't in. And then Peacock says, someone else knocked on the door from the theater looking for her. I told them she wasn't in and there was no response. I just noticed too that it shows a ticket on the top left, and these three do not have tickets. So I think if you have your ticket, are we saying that they're just cleared because we found the missing ticket in the dressing room, which is very suspicious? These two check out. So I think I will clear these two. So let's put them there. What was his story? Okay, so I was backstage checking on fire safety with the marshal, and we were both dismayed to see how poorly stored and protected the power cords were. I tripped over a disconnected cord that was just lying around. So disconnected cord. So he says it was just lying around, so that's before things happened. That's a pretty obvious violation. You think Sable would have seen to it. She's already having trouble getting her zoning permits. Okay, so we can't place him in the dressing room, which I guess is where we need to figure out whose ticket this is. Also notice there's a number here. Do these tickets have numbers? It's all the same number. So if we're down to these three, these two said they saw each other in the speakeasy. And he says, my ticket must have dropped it somewhere along the way. Well, how would you get to the speakeasy? So who was in the office, right? Okay, hold on. Because one way is to go through the office here, but another way is to go through the dressing room. So Solicitor Peacock says some staff member let me in to wait for her. So she was in the office. Before she left, someone knocked on the door, and neither of them claimed to have seen the colonel. So that makes me think the colonel didn't go through the office, and he went through this way, through the dressing room. Now, what about Miss Scarlet? Because same thing for her. But she just said that she doesn't need a ticket, which is different from him saying he must have dropped it. And then she says, I heard two women arguing in one of the adjacent rooms. I forgot about this fact. This fact is very important. Couldn't make out what they were saying, but one of the voices was Adelaide. I'm sure of it. Okay. But that would only be Chef White, unless she mistakenly heard Solicitor Peacock, but they wouldn't really be arguing because she's just was let in by a staff member. Okay, let's see Chef White again. I was trying to find Adelaide. We had some business to discuss about a new place she's opening. I heard she hired someone else. I had some trouble getting into the theater because I lost my ticket. Oh, so she never had her ticket to begin with to come in, so she couldn't have lost it inside if she's telling the truth, right? I don't know if these people are telling the truth. So luckily the staff was able to track down my name in the system and they let me in. Was there some detail like you absolutely need a ticket to get in? We also have this receipt and letter that's hi Jordan. So Jordan bought the purple smoke when you're supposed to have blue. So this seems like an accident. I don't know if any of the characters set this up in particular, right? This might have been an accident. And we don't know who Jordan is. So I think whoever knocked down the popcorn machine was waiting in the dressing room for her to come out. And then I don't know what they did. We still don't know where she is. My only guess then is that she's in the dressing room because it said that if this door under the theater is blocked, which it was, then it goes all the way to the dressing room, meaning she would still be in the dressing room. And then the fire, that was a unfortunate accident because someone used the purple smoke instead of blue, but it wouldn't have been one of the characters. It was this Jordan person. It's probably like an assistant. And we haven't seen the name Jordan anywhere. I don't think it's any of the characters' names. So if I were to rule this out, basically it relies on whose ticket this is. And the only one who admits to losing their ticket, at least within the theater or within the area here, is the colonel. This is tricky. When I review the questions, what item was intentionally used to sabotage her trick? Oh, that's the popcorn machine. And where is Sable now? I think she is in the dressing room. But who sabotaged the trick? Okay, then, so it's not asking like who, wait, but the ticket places somebody in the dressing room, right? And I think this is how we figure out who it is. But I just don't know how to figure out who knocked over the popcorn machine. These are our two most important clues. The smoke was an accident by this Jordan person, but that did cause the fire, but had nothing to do with sabotaging the trick. So it's down to these three. So it's hard to know who's telling the truth, right? So I said, because I was playing as Miss Scarlet, that I heard two women arguing in one of the adjacent rooms. And she's sure that one of them was Adelaide. So why would I lie about that? And why would I be so confident to say no ticket needed? So if I took this at face value, and I know what happened in the office, it was some staff member, Solicitor Peacock, and Professor Plum, and no one really arguing there. Adjacent room would have to be the dressing room. The only other woman left is Chef White. Miss Scarlet can place her in the dressing room, and she says that she lost her ticket. But she's saying she lost her ticket before getting inside the theater. Whereas Colonel Mustard is saying he dropped it somewhere along the way. And he was saying that he wanted to head... Wait, what did it say? Okay, so yeah, this is really weird because we have these two who are in the speakeasy. If they went through the office, I'm not sure if Solicitor Peacock would have mentioned seeing them, but she doesn't mention seeing them. So it makes me wonder if they went through a different route, which would have to be going through the backstage to the dressing room, or through the dressing room to the speakeasy, unless they got there before. Oh, no. So, okay. I was going to say unless they got there before Solicitor Peacock, but she said that she arrived early. I think that's a very important detail. So she arrived early and went straight to the office. So if she was in the office, she would have seen them if they went through the office. That means they didn't go through the office. So that means they didn't pass the popcorn machine. That makes Professor Plum very sus now, but he has his ticket, so I don't know now. Is there any clues for this part? Okay, well, one thing I would say is that their stories do line up about seeing each other in the speakeasy. But I need to think about the main question is who knocked over the popcorn machine? Oh, I'm forgetting where these instructions are. Okay. So in the dressing room, you have these details. But this was found in Sable's office, where it describes what would happen if you blocked the second door. So who was in the office? It was Solicitor Peacock. Okay. What is the significance of this ticket, the lost ticket in the dressing room? Like, what does being in the dressing room, what does that have to do with anything? Did somebody go through the trap door? No, because then they would have to knock over the popcorn machine. Was it accidentally knocked over? Maybe. I mean, if you look at it really closely, you can see some scratch marks, meaning somebody moved it off the trap. No, wait, onto the trap door? I don't know. Okay, just to throw this out there, motive-wise, I don't think Chef White's motive is that great, unless she just wanted to ruin the trick. Like she wasn't expecting the fire and for her to be in danger. But you could say the same thing for Miss Scarlet. It would have been a good story if she bombed the trick. I don't know. Would that be such a great story? And then for Colonel Mustard, just wanted to get her alone so he can like interrogate her or something. Somebody knocked over the popcorn. I think I can clear Plum based off of that because he ate some popcorn. So it was still up by the time he got to his seat. Peacock was in the office when Plum knocked on the door. So that was before he got the popcorn. So that means she was in the office and the popcorn machine was still up. Green was backstage. He says there was a disconnected cord and we found that cord. So he was telling the truth. Anyways, he had his ticket. Just a wild guess. Well, okay, for sure, it's the popcorn machine. And I think she's in the dressing room. So now it just comes down to who would have the means to knock down this popcorn machine. Based on the fact that they saw each other and that she says she heard two women speaking or arguing, I'm just gonna go with Chef White. So who sabotaged? I think it's Chef White. Where is Sable now? In the dressing room. And what was used to sabotage the trick? The popcorn machine. Here we go. I was not expecting that to be right. Let's see if my reason is correct. Okay, Chef White, dressing room, popcorn machine. Mayor Green turns on Chef White with a look of fear and anger. Sable could be suffocating to death. She's a very important resident of the county. What were you thinking? I didn't know there was going to be a fire. How could I have known the stage crew would screw up with the smoke machine so badly? All I wanted was to scare that two-faced traitor into keeping her word. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. She was just trying to sabotage the trick because she wasn't responsible for the fire. She promised to hire me as the head chef of her new music venue, but changed her mind right before I could sign the paperwork. Chef White takes a few steps into the tunnel. If you're so worried about her, go find her. She should be trapped in that pulley cart under the dressing room. As for me, I'm getting out of here. I hope the whole place burns down. As Chef White disappears down the tunnel, Mayor Green and Miss Scarlet rush back up the ladder to free Sable from underneath the dressing room, just in time for the fire department to arrive and for them to tell the authorities exactly what Chef White did. So they're not gonna tell us maybe this is more detail. When Sable asked White to meet her before the show, White assumed it was to sign the paperwork that would seal the deal to make her the head chef at the expensive, extra exclusive music venue Sable was having built. When she arrived and discovered Sable was backing out of their deal in favor of a high-profile chef, White couldn't take no for an answer. After several minutes of shouting, Sable stormed out of the dressing room into the backstage area to prepare for the show. Yeah, so they were the ones arguing in the dressing room. White was left alone just long enough to hatch a plan. She found the notes about how to perform the mirror walk and quickly devised a scheme to trap Sable and blackmail her into honoring their original deal. So she locked a trap door in the dressing room, dropping her ticket in the process. Then she waited until the show began and slipped through the hidden passageway into the speakeasy. Into the speakeasy, but they didn't see her there. From there, she broke into Sable's office and pushed the cubes over the trap door in the corner to ensure Sable couldn't exit there, but it was locked anyways. Unfortunately, she didn't see the merchandise note flagging the incorrect smoke color, so she couldn't have known a fire was about to break out. White then quietly opened the door on the other side of the room to get into the theater without anyone noticing. She waited next to the popcorn machine near the trap door and pushed it over when the theater filled with smoke, ensuring Sable's pulley cart would go right to the dressing room where she would be trapped. White had hoped to free Sable after everyone else had left, but fate intervened and her plans were spoiled by the fire. All right, that was Clue Escape, the Illusionist Club. I kind of like it because it has puzzles, kind of like an escape room, but also has a mystery to solve behind it. If you want to watch the other Clue Escape games, the links are in the description below. Also in the description is a link to buy me a coffee if you want to help support the channel. Anything really does help. You can also support just by subscribing if you haven't already done so. Trying to get to 2,000, almost there, but not quite. I would love to be able to put more videos out. That's just kind of not my situation right now. I'm trying very hard to have at least one video a month. So yeah, that's about it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.